I will not allow you to summon the demon. I will run it over with my car. My car goes from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. I'd like to see a glow-in-the-dark CIA outrun that.
Yeah, this has been an interesting week for Elon Musk, and I think for the rest of the country. Elon seems poised to more and more to be taking Twitter. The left is, I guess they're trying to maybe block Elon Musk from acquiring Twitter, but I don't think that they have much of a leg to stand on. I think Elon is going to get it. I mean, it's not for certain, but I think he's going to take it. And I think some interesting things on Twitter itself resulted from that this week. So, yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah, I think if anything, they're trying to slow him down so they could cover up, deprogram, hopefully encrypt if they can't deprogram all the frickin' potentially illegal shit that they swore before Congress is actually in the Twitter algorithm, and they need to make sure it's not there anymore before he gets in. Because Elon Musk is just gonna smirk and take all those frickin' files and like drop them on the FBI's desk and say, like, your move.
Well, so I heard an interesting argument about this. So if I were a betting man, I would say that Twitter as an entity lied before Congress. Yes.
Yes.
But I think that what happened was they sent Jack Dorsey to Congress, and they made sure that Jack Dorsey actually didn't know what the hell was going on. And so they got someone to lie to Jack Dorsey, him being like the mascot of Twitter, but not an actual decision maker.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person who lied to Jack Dorsey, well, they weren't under oath. Like, you can say anything to anyone. So he went to Congress just misinformed. And so, technically speaking, the only lying that would occur is non-under oath, and so there is no... it's like a legal loophole, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the problem with that. Now, if I were going to, like, do that type of Guima worm-tongue Machiavellian level shit, what I would do is that, let's say they go to Jack and be like, okay, what did you know or not know? Did you lie before Congress? And Jack is like, no, I just reported on what B. Bob Guima Wormtongue told me. And he points to me, and I'm like, nuh-uh. I totally told him all of these things in this document, and he did lie. Like, prove me wrong, motherfucker.
I mean, yeah, well, okay, so if I were a betting man, I would say that Twitter probably lied before Congress, but that is, I don't know, hearsay or something. That's probably not the right word.
Speculation.
It's speculation, yeah. But what was interesting is that this I guess this week, just overnight, a whole bunch of people on the right gained a whole bunch of followers, and a bunch of people on the left lost a whole bunch of followers. Some things started trending on Twitter that had never trended before, like sports-related things. It's almost, and I'm not going to say for sure, it's almost as though someone at Twitter realized that they were about to be bought out by Elon Musk, and so they were scrambling to delete maybe some certain algorithms that were existing in the servers because maybe they realized that it was either very damning or potentially illegal, and so just overnight, boom, some of these algorithms went away. It seems as though it's the case. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a very simple question, but it has very grave implications for the type of people that may or may not, in our hypothetical scenario, be attempting to do something like that. Do you think that whoever at Twitter is like, okay, scrub everything now, everybody scramble, do you think the person that's at least adjacent to being in charge of this whole cleaning crew operation. Do you think that they haven't thought of the contingency, like, all it takes is one of these motherfuckers with a thumb drive in their pocket that's the size of their pinky nail to get me in deep shit?
Well, maybe they've thought about that. I mean, I would assume that they've maybe spent some time thinking about that, but I mean, maybe they just don't care that much because they they understand that it's not them that's going to go to prison. It would be one of their underlings. It's never it's never the mob boss that goes to prison. It's the guy 3 steps below him that is organizing the sale of drugs on the street, right?
Okay, and I'm saying that in this progressive utopian environment that now pay very close attention to this. The type of work environment that Twitter has undoubtedly cultivated is very leftist and progressive. It's like they literally have explicit in their ideology a progressive stack.
And
so,
in
a
addition
person
to that,
who's the straightest. Okay, go ahead.
In addition to that, I also saw a graph this week, and it showed that financial political contributions from employees of Twitter, 98.9% went to the Democrats. That's big skewing. That's not like, it's very heavily Democrat 80-20. That's only Democrat. There's one conservative guy that works there and he's the janitor, and that's all they have. But sorry, continue.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Because they're very explicitly biased and bigoted and they're not shy about telling you this to your face, I can guarantee you the motherfucker there that's the whitest, straightest, malest motherfucker there, with zero ambiguity knows that he's at the lowest rung, the very absolute sub-basement of the totem pole. So it's going to be him that has the frickin' 1 terabyte flash drive the size of his pinky, that when he inevitably becomes the fall guy because he knows how these people work, he's going to just say to the FBI, what about this little microchip that proves all of what they've done so far? And all the Twitter's going to be like, dun, dun, dun.
So it's going to be someone who is basically exactly Edward Snowden.
Someone like that. Because the white, straight, super male, super straight motherfucker, he knows with very little ambiguity that it's going to be, if anyone's going to be a fall guy, it's going to be him. I wonder how he would know that. Let's think for 2 fucking seconds about what the type of company Twitter is.
Yeah, they're Twitter is not racist, mind you. It's just that they do have a preference for certain people based off of sexuality and skin color and sex. It's not when they do it, it's not bigotry because it's in the correct direction. But yeah, that is.
Well, you're only partially right. I would say that they're not merely racist. They're also sexist and heterophobic, in addition to being racist.
Those are strong words, Breaker. I don't look. I know how it works. Okay, you can only be racist in one direction. Okay, racism is a one-way street. Okay.
Yeah, that lets you know that it's a political activist ideology that doesn't have little to no bearing on the actual real world and exists only in this rarefied domain of ideological puffery.
Can you imagine can you imagine the actual level of bigotry? Okay, you have regular racism, right? And it's just I don't like this color person. And then you have progressive racism. You can say anything.
You had to go to school to learn how to do that shit right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is super high level racism. It's abstract. It's galaxy brain racism.
That's Ivy League racism. You have to develop a whole social contract theory where white men get a separate magical social contract that no other white man knows that they're getting, but they all know they have it deep down in their hearts. And you have to look at other people with a straight face and say that out loud.
Well, and not only that, but this is the best part of it, right? You can identify a segment of people that exists, and you can say that you can be as racist to this group of people as you want, or sexist or whatever, and it's allowed because you can't even be racist to that person. So anything that you do or say is fine because they're not even capable. They don't even have like the privilege points or whatever the fuck, or the anti-privilege, the victim points. They don't have enough victim points.
You know the thing
that the thing that you could even attempt to be racist towards them. Like it's depraved. That's crazy. Like that's so beyond regular racism. It's roided up galaxy brain racism.